Is this what they mean when they say pasture management? Hello, welcome back to the hollow. We have 2 sheep who need some more grass. Unfortunately, this pasture is well overgrown with both poison hemlock and I think it's called horse nettle or something of the sort. It gets these little yellow berries. It's in the nightshade family. And both of those are really bad for sheep. So we're going to be going out and doing it the good old-fashioned way. And I'm going to try to get rid of as much as I can by hand. Just let the chickens out. So yes, yesterday we spent hours in the hottest day that we've had in a really long time. It was like in the 80s. Spent hours putting up a fence along the back of this pasture so that we could hold the sheep from coming over into all of this wildness where we're definitely not ready for them to be yet. The fencing is not sound, and once again there's a lot of weeds. So I'm coming out today because that has to get removed. Otherwise those little rascals are gonna eat it and can cause them some issues. I chose this life, right? So let's do it. It was really stormy last night. Did you have a good night? They will get out if I don't brace the door because the back lock is broken and they push right up under it. So. Hi! You managing the mischief? I was hoping with the rain that a lot of this would be a lot easier to pull. It's not, so I'm gonna have to go get a shovel, I think, to help loosen up the roots. A lot of that horse nettle is definitely just like dropped all over the ground, and raking it seems to be the most effective way to clear that. But the sheep are really loving having more space. I'm just having to shoo them off of the bad stuff every so often. Is this what they mean when they say pasture management? Poison hemlock. While I get a shovel, let's talk poison hemlock. There's no antidote for hemlock. It's very deadly if you ingest it, especially the root is bad, but the whole part of all parts of that plant are terrible. It's really not recommended to do what I'm doing because the leaves even can give you a really gross rash, and like if you breathe it in, it's bad for your lungs, but I don't have another way to do it. I don't want to spray like Roundup or anything in my pastures, so I'm just gloved up, sleeved up, and doing my best. So hopefully we're just doing it the old-fashioned way. Okay, turns out the only shovel I have in my barn, the other one's over by the garden, and I'm not going over there. It's this tiny guy, so we're gonna make that work. It's lighter to carry anyway. But that horse nettle is in the nightshade family, and that is, it has these little yellow berries, and it like vines out everywhere. That's also a nightmare, so let's deal with all of these. Save for the rock. That shovel helped. It's bad. Bad news bears. Trying not to touch myself afterwards because it's no good. No good. Hemlock often gets confused with Queen Anne's lace or wild carrot. They're not the same. Hemlock has distinctively smooth stem and purple spots down towards the bottom. Unfortunately, we have an abundance of that here. If it was a crop, we could totally, we could be totally successful, but it's not something we want here. And these rocks are making it really hard to loosen up the root, the tuber. There it is. As you can see, it has like a long tap root. It's got that purple down on the bottom, and it looks kind of like a carrot, but it's not. And I know I'm not going to get it all. Every pasture is probably going to have some. Oh, carrots! But I want to get rid of as much. Scared my sheep, but I want to get rid of as much as possible. So. Nope, not there. You can see all those yellow berries. That is that horse nettle. Don't eat that. You keep eating the bad stuff, baby. You can't have that. Changed because hemlock. I did not get the entire pasture done. However, we got a lot. We got a lot done, and I'm really pleased. Now I'm hoping we'll continue to do what we need to do to get these hemlocks out of the way, and I trust that the girls are smart enough to eat the right stuff until we get the rest of it done. But now it's mostly good pasture. I'm going to try to start coming out here every day, every other day, to try to tackle it as these things are small, and hopefully as things go on, you know, we'll get rid of the hemlock problem in this pasture. However, it's not the only pasture. We're hopefully going to start extending the paddocks back behind there. That's the fence we put up yesterday. We're hoping to extend the paddocks behind there so we can start rotationally grazing, because that is the most sustainable way to do things. So, but they're loving it. They're enjoying exploring and having more space to roam. Before, we had just this little behind me. They were just in this little area, and obviously the barn, which is not enough room for a sheep. So they've got more room. They're happy, I'm happy. You know, all I can do is pray. I've done what I can, and we're going to keep it going. So, and now I'm just come back out to get my fence post coffee that I forgot. So, but back in that pasture back there, there's a lot more hemlock. Across in our yard, there's a lot of hemlock. We're just attacking it wherever we can, but there's so much of it. So, may the odds be ever in our favor. Oh yes, one more thing. This wheelbarrow is everything that I got out of the pasture. My husband said that he will take care of that for me when he gets home. So I'm very grateful for that as well. But yeah, the chickens are enjoying the sunshine. The sheep are enjoying the sunshine. It's just a pretty day. So I hope you have a beautiful day as well. And until next time, thanks for visiting.